from my standpoint, we do this work with consulting firms where we look at their business model, we look at the potential to increase valuations, things like that. And basically there's 8 levers that we look at, and they deal with sales engine, support infrastructure, things like that. One of the big things to look at though is motivation. When you look at accepting investment, you have to look at the motivating factor for that and what it's leading to. Just increasing valuation in and of itself is good, but are you pointing towards this as part of an exit strategy? Is it part of a collaboration and a continued management, by the sellers? And I think what often happens, I think the owners, we'll call them the owners of consulting firms, tend to be very private, tend to be very close to the vest in terms of how they view their business. And historically, it's been either a merger, an acquisition, or nothing. And they kind of looked at private equity as sort of this outside force. And I think now that it's become more accepted, it's also opening the eyes of sellers to say, well, private equity could be an option. Whether it's a bridge between a traditional acquisition, because a lot of private equity, they want that strong management infrastructure to stay intact, as opposed to just, that team exits after the acquisition. I think private equity is an alternative, and because private equity is more attuned to this market, we're going to see this trend continue. But I can't understate the motivation factor in terms of what sellers are thinking.